Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you guys how to polish a windshield. As you can see, the windshield has a lot of scratches on it. You can see the light reflecting off of it and the LEDs are becoming straight lines. What we're trying to do here is get rid of all of those lines, and this is normally caused by bad wipers, sand, dirt, dry wiping. This is many years of abuse. Alright, so let's get started. What you're going to need is you're going to need a wool pad, you're going to need some cerium oxide, you're going to need a bowl large enough to dip your pad in, you're going to need some water to mix this cerium oxide into a paste, a rotary buffing device, just some towels, some Windex to clean your windows prior, and then some water to keep your cerium oxide wet while you're polishing. Your first step is going to be mixing your powder with water so that you get a paste-like consistency. So you're going to pour some of this in here. You don't want to put too much in the beginning, you just want to mix up some just to kind of see how well you do, and if you need more then you can always mix up some more. When it dries up you can just add a little bit more water. So I'm just going to close this up for now. And then I'm just going to mix a little bit of water just so that I can turn it into a paste-like. You don't want it too wet because then it's going to sling everywhere. And obviously I added too much water here, so I just have to add a little bit more powder to get it more paste-like. And once you get the consistency that you're looking for, which is kind of paste-like, kind of like a lighter version of a compound, then you're ready to prime your pad and get started on your windshield. So you just want to dip your pad in here and then get most of it, mainly on the sides because you're going to be polishing on the sides more so than the middle, and then you want to center this pad onto your polisher. And this pad's a little bit bigger than what the backing plate's made for, but it'll still work. Okay, and when you're ready, what you want to do is you want to mist your windshield first. If you feel the need that you want to tape up your windshield, you can do that as well. In my case, it's really easy to wash off, so I just pulled my windshield wipers up, and we can get started here. So what you want to do is you want to start with a very slow speed first. That way you can spread the product evenly, and as you can see, it makes quite a mess. And you want to center your pad as much as you can, and since this is a lot bigger than the backing plate I have, it's harder. So what you're looking for is you want to go in very small areas. That way you can keep the product wet and keep the heat on that certain area. And when you see that it's getting dry, like this right here, you want to spray a little bit of water on there. That way you can work the product again. see, I'm working on a very small area here. It's about like a 2x2 area. I'm just checking my work right now to see how it turns out. I can see that a lot of the scratches are gone. So let me continue to polish. And keep in mind, I'm only using the edges of this. I rarely put it flat down. I try to put it a little bit more to the side. So right now I finished about 30 minutes here. The key is to keep a constant pressure on it while moving, but you don't want to move in too big of an area, and you don't want your speed to be too quick on the rotary just because it's just going to dry it out. So you want to definitely constantly hit it with some water, and this will keep that cerium oxide wet so that you can work it through the glass. So remember, patience is a very big thing on this. Alright, and occasionally you'll want to wipe it down just so that you can see your work, which is what I'm going to be doing right now. So, let's get a new towel. Just look at the surface here, you can see that it's a lot better now. Let me get the camera closer so you guys can see it. Most of the wiper marks are gone. And so let me show you guys. You can see that the reflection from the light is pretty good now. There's no distortion whatsoever. And the glass is like super smooth. And you can't feel the scratches anymore. And you can see that up here I didn't really work too much. It's not working too good here. So I just have to work it a little bit more. And that's it. So I'll continue on to the other side, and a few notes to take this on is make sure that you have patience, because this definitely does require a lot of patience. It also requires a lot of stopping and starting, because you have to spray water on it constantly unless you have someone that's helping you to spray it. And you also have to check your work, so just keep in mind that just half the side took me about 30 minutes. And you want to keep it at the slowest speed that you can, especially using a wool pad. Otherwise it's just going to sling everywhere and all your product's going to be gone, and you won't really get the results that you're looking for. You can also use rayon. That tends to get a little bit hotter, but it does cut more. And you don't want your windshield to get a little bit, you don't want it to get too hot, just because you can end up distorting your windshield, and you don't want that happening. So let me finish the rest of the car, and then I'll show you guys the end results. Alright, and I just did a final wipe down, just to kind of see if all the areas are taken care of, and seems like for the most part 90% of all the scratches are gone. Let me wash the car and show you guys the results. Alright, so finally I finished cleaning the car. It was such a big pain in the butt. But at least the results on the windshield ended up being pretty good. A word of advice, I guess I pretty much lied in the beginning. I would mask it if I was to do it again, just because it was a big pain in the butt to get into the crevices and everything. I would tape up all the rubber trim and cover up whatever you can. Otherwise you're going to take a lot of time to clean it up like me. I ended up actually taking out the cowl and the windshield wipers and everything just so that I can clean it up. That's what OCD gets you. And yeah, I'll show you a close-up of the glass and how it looks right now. Definitely there's a big improvement. It's not 100%. You still have a lot of pitting and everything, but pretty much anything that you can't catch with your nails is something that you can easily take off. Water spots, things like that. But right now it's silky smooth, you can still see the pits. I got a windshield chip right here that wasn't repaired correctly, and also keep in mind this is tinted, so the tint also has a little bit of imperfections inside, but I'll show you guys around. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.